Anyway, yes, hello, my name is Modern Viking, and we are going to be playing some more Warsales, Bannerlord, Mountain Blade 2 now. I don't know whether we're going to exactly continue with the campaign we have going at the moment, the Nordic one, with the Nordic Sailor, because I also kind of want to try out and see some more of the new stuff. So I'm kind of in two minds as to whether to continue, go on a couple of raids and things like that, or to start a new game with new objectives, new area, and basically see where that takes us. Haven't quite decided yet. What would you like to see? I guess that's another question I can ask. Would you like to see a new game? Do a few other things? I was thinking either like a Battanian archer, crime lord, although that'd be fairly similar to what we're doing now because it's all about the raiding. Or we could do like an Azurai trader. I was actually kind of enjoying the trading stuff, just sailing from town to town, basically. Although then, I don't know exactly how much into the combat we would get into that way. Because once you start earning money, you can get really into things. The other thing I've done is I have installed a mod. So I'm now running with one called Weekly Companion Spawns, which will basically spawn in a new companion every 7 days, up to a maximum of 2 companions per town. These companions are level 1 with minimum stats, so they're completely blank slates. But the companion limit's lifted up to 99. So we can actually use companions now, because companions as they are at the moment are just way too limited. And then like the traditional companion limits are probably just going to be what I can keep in my party and maybe some kind of limit for caravans. Do I have the increased companion mod? That's basically what this is, because it increases the limit to 99. So we have a little bit more leeway when it comes to the companion stuff, because I definitely have come to the realization I don't particularly like vanilla companion systems anymore. I don't like that they're such high level. I want them, like, if they were like level 6 to 10, fine, but the fact they could be up to like 18, at which point you can't level them anymore. They just don't. So starting them at level 1, so you can form them in whatever manner you may want. You can do that. And I'm never going to take 99 companions. Don't worry. I know how to limit myself. It's just going to be things like governors. I'm not going to count towards the limit. Party leaders, I probably won't count towards the limit anymore. If I go into crime, something I've never actually done, but you can get gangs set up, which also take companions. Probably won't count those against the limit. So it would just be the companions in my actual party. In fact, that's probably what the limit will be. So I have a vague idea of how many that is. I think it's 3 to start with, maybe 4. So that's my actual party. And then anything else I can use companions for. I do enjoy the Asuraya troop tree and its aesthetic. So let's just take a quick look. We'll do another sandbox, because I just prefer that system. Just promise you won't do two-handed weapons again. I can make no such promise. I probably won't, though. That feels like a very Viking thing to do, even if it is my preferred playstyle. But I was thinking like I could do a Vlandian crossbowman and try to use the Vlandian ships. I could do Aserai. Probably would do a more classic mounted commander type of playthrough. Battanian Mafia is always fun, yeah. Battanian, I would definitely go archer. I do like the archery in this game. Sturgia, I think, is now too similar to the Nords. Could do an Empire game. If I did that, I'd probably do the campaign. Kuzay is probably the one I'm least interested in. Horse archers are just too easy. And also, I do want to do stuff with the Navy. So having a whole party of horse archers would struggle to get on ships. Unless the Khuzait ships somehow have more horse capacity. That'd be kind of an interesting thing. So, just as a reminder, the Vlandians, 5% more renown from battles, 15% more income when serving as a mercenary. I did quite enjoy the mercenary period of the game. 10% more production bonus to villages bound to castles, which is where you get the nobles from. However, recruiting lords to armies costs 20% more influence. So they do get expensive. Sturgia, villages' grain production is increased by 10%, so they're less likely to be starving. And this one's huge. Armies are gathered with 50% less influence. They're really cheap to form armies of Sturgia. And I basically always played as Sturgeon in the past. And I remember armies being significantly cheaper than during the Nord game. I thought that was just a price they'd increased. I don't think so. I think it was just the Sturgeon bonus kicking in. 20% more relationship penalty from kingdom decisions. I mean, that's actually really solid. Empire, 20% less garrison troop wage, which is huge. Particularly with how much money cities make now. Being in an army gains 25% more influence. So being a good vassal pays better. However, village hearths increase 20% less, which is something I need to remember as the Nords, because raiding Empire is really going to hurt them because they recover slower. Asarai, caravans are 30% cheaper to build, and you have a 10% less trade penalty. So being a merchant is much easier, and you don't have a speed penalty on the deserts anymore. So you can actually traipse around the desert and also at sea. However, the daily wages of troops in your party are increased by 5%. Khuzaits, recruiting and upgrading mounted troops, 10% cheaper. 25% production, which is quite big, to horses, mules, cows, and sheep villages owned by Khuzait rulers. But you do earn 20% less income from towns, which is pretty huge. Battanians, 50% less speed penalty and 15% side bonus in forests. Towns owned by Battanian rulers have a 20% chance to spawn militia as veterans. Or increased 20%. 20% more are veteran. However, town projects are slower. And then the Nords, 30% more loot from villages, villagers, and caravans. 20% more movement speed in rivers and coastal. Armies that are commanded by a Nord lose 30% more cohesion on land, which we saw. Like, actually maintaining armies as Nord is really difficult, although I had not noticed the on-land bit. So had we been sailing around, we wouldn't have had that problem quite so much. But I do think their Nords are probably best as axe and board infantry as opposed to two-handers. Battanians are good at two-hand. You know, if you want me to play another two-handed character. Do I know the YouTuber Fredda? I don't think so. I do like the Vlandians because they're aesthetic. I also have a feeling I'd like their ships. Empire, I am not a Romophile. I find Rome to be very, very overrated, so I'm never particularly interested in playing as Empire. But that cheaper garrison, ooh, that's nice. I also don't mind joining armies and doing army things from time to time. So we could start out as like an Empire merchant. I think it would give us the most flexibility if we started as an Imperial. It would also give us the most flexibility because we don't have to stay with the Empire. Plus we can choose North, West or South Empire. Asarai is the trade system. Britannia is for the archery. And I do want to try other ship types, so I'm going to say probably not to the Nords. So I think I can set this up as a poll. New poll. Because I'm honestly kind of happy to do any of those. So Vlandia. I don't know yet what we would do if we choose the Vlandians. But Vlandia, I think, is influenced heavily by Vlaanders, which is Flanders, which is Antwerp in Belgium. So they're traders, natural traders. So we'll probably do something tradey with them. maybe a bit more militaristic, kind of similar to how we started with the Nords. We have the Empire, where we would try to become a vassal. Aserai, which is just pure trade. Battanian, where we might try a outlaw. And those are the 4. Vikings are even more overrated. Get out. No! Love hefting around some crossbows. Rome overrated, okay. You've gone and lost me. Last year I made a video on Kutstammering. Your depiction of Belgium's relationship with Congo is kind of problematic. There are always going to be multiple different angles to that type of thing. There is no way of really doing that relationship to satisfy everyone. Also, it does have to be said that Belgium's relationship with Congo changed dramatically from, oh god, what was his name? Leopold II, where Belgium really were just, they were the bad guys. Absolutely. Skull on cap, bad guys. World War II Belgium and Congo, they had improved. Not perfect, but the worst atrocities they weren't doing anymore. But they did re-implement slavery, so, you know. Which one of them gives us a giant hammer? Or a giant hoe? We should try that. We should do a character that runs around with a giant hoe. Right, I never actually started the poll, so let's get that poll going. So there's 4 options there. Blondia, Empire, Aserai, and Britannia. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Which one do you think we should do? I hate playing evil characters, but watching can be fun. I am terrible at playing evil characters usually. Like, I was really having to go against type playing with the Nord. Alright, so votes are coming in about halfway through. Keep the votes coming. Never rage, which makes Nord hard. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of downsides to raiding in this game. Usually I don't like doing it because it affects the relationship with the notables. So if you ever want to have anything to do with them in the future, like recruiting from those villages, anything you've raided is gonna hate you. Which I guess is one of the reasons actually Nord's not too bad, because they're so isolated from everyone else. You can always recruit in the Nordic territories. It's just the rest of the world is pretty much closed to you. Okay with raiding, but killing villagers and merchants was a step too far. Yeah, at least villagers have a militia. They can try to guard themselves. I especially do have a problem like attacking villagers and fishermen. I don't like that. Mordred, when did they like you? Mordred, when did they let you play as a normal soldier when you die? Only found out yesterday, asking as it's not a named character. Not entirely sure what you mean by that, Jamie. The petitioning tale was for a tributary system instead. I mean, that could work. You can kind of do that with the other kingdoms if you just batter them into submission so that they then peace out and pay you tribute, as the Crusades kept on doing to us. How often do you ever recruit from other cultures, though? It's true. I don't tend to recruit from... Well, depends where my towns are. If my towns are near them, then I will generally recruit from them. Because it's too much of a hassle going from one end of the map to the other. When you die in battle, you can take over a normal soldier and play as them. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, you can. I just keep forgetting you can do that. Plus, I kind of like zooming out and watching the battle. The other thing I should note is I do have fast mode enabled at the moment, and I might actually enable death. So we can see like the dynastic rise and fall of empires. Because I was looking into whether it would be possible to take over the Nords in the Calradia belongs to the Nord campaign. Yes, technically, if the king dies, which I'm not sure I have enabled, although I've definitely seen characters die, so I think NPCs can. But if the king died, either of combat injuries or old age, the latter being unlikely because we're not on fast mode, then there's an election, and then the wealthiest and most powerful noble in the faction can be elected as the new king. So there is a way to do it. It's just going to be a lot more difficult than forming your own kingdom, for example. Last game, you hardly used any sturgeon units despite them being culture of the towns. I used them a fair bit, particularly the marine line. The main thing was I was trying to keep marines. Do you actually have to execute a noble to kill them outright? Not sure. They can also die in battle, but I think that is an option you can set. Anyway, the poll came in like 2 minutes ago. And in joint last place with 23% of the vote, we have the Britannians and the Aserai. In second place, Vlandia 26. This was a really close vote. But ultimately, just edging them out was the Empire with 29%. So we're going to be playing as an Imperial. And Volvix contributed the most. Thank you very much for the contribution there, Volvix. Oh, you were playing multiple teams there. I see you. I see you. I was like, that's an amount you've pledged, and that was not the total amount you pledged. Okay, okay. I like it. Empire. The Calradian Empire is in decline, even before the suspicious death of Emperor Arenikos. The once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, those factions are in open war. Yeah, Calradians endure. The methodical study of defensive strategy in which garrison cities slow down invading forces until mobile field armies can come to their rescue helps hold their neighbours at bay. So we have 20% cheaper garrisons. Armies provide more influence. However, villages will recover more slowly. Has it always been in the game? I did it yesterday by mistake. No, I think it was added with war sales. Alright, then let's just go ahead and random. We want to look somewhat Imperial. Of Landia. That's fairly Imperial. Do not want to be that tall.
Up the ladders! Footmen! Give them hell! Forward!
That seems better. Sure. Okay, so were we landlords, retainers, focus point in riding and polearm, and one in vigor. What type of game do we want to do? I think this is probably going to be like a fairly vanilla nobleman type playthrough. I don't know that we would do much roguish stuff. We'll probably do some sailing, but it's not our main thing. Do we want to do trade? Possibly. So I think vigor and social will be the main skills. So yeah, we probably should do trade, at least early on. And Damio and Yanomok, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. Urban merchants. Your family were merchants in one of the main cities of the Empire. They sometimes organise caravans to nearby towns and discuss issues in the town council. So that's trade, charm and socials. That actually sounds like a really good balance. Freeholders. The family were small farmers with just enough land to feed themselves and make a small profit. People like them were the pillars of the imperial rural economy as well as the backbone of the levy. Athletics, polearm and endurance. So if we wanted to be like a halberdier type character. I haven't really done much with polearms in this game, to be honest. Does it have pole hammers? Because I know pole hammers were my absolute favourite game in Prophecy of Pendor. I don't remember if pole hammers are in this. In the Empire, where you're not going to be the boss, are you going to need politics? Probably. Will I be siding with any Imperial side? I think we're going to be playing a mercenary, at least early on. Either a trader or a mercenary. I haven't quite decided. So that's athletics, polearm and endurance. Urban artisans. Family owned a small workshop in the city, making goods from raw materials brought in from the countryside. Your father played an active, if minor, role in the town council, served in the militia, smithing, crossbow, and intelligence. With intelligence skill, we could do stewarding, medicine, and engineering. Although, we're going to have companions for that now, so that's less important. In fact, intelligence is straight up not important. Which is weird to say. I kind of wish there was a bit more of a spread of party roles rather than scouting, stewarding, medicine and engineering. Foresters. Family lived in a village but did not own their own land. Instead, your father supplemented paid jobs with long trips into the wood, hunting and trapping, always keeping a wary eye out for the Lord's game wardens, scouting, bow and control. Urban vagabonds, family numbered amongst the poor migrants living in the slums that grew up outside the walls of the imperial cities, making whatever money they could from a variety of odd jobs. Sometimes they did service for one of the Empire's many criminal gangs, and you had an early look at the dark side of life, roguery, throwing and cunning. So if we wanted to use the new slings, we could do that. We could start out as a gangster. Your family inhabited a small, relatively isolated coastal village within the Empire. They forged along the shoreline for fish using small boats. You grew up with the smell of salt and the rhythm of the tides, learning to navigate close to shore and brave the smaller waves in your sturdy little vessel. Bosun, throwing and control. Or the Imperial Fleet. Your father served in one of the Imperial Navy's Liburna as a quartermaster. He brought supplies for the crew and basically kept the ship running. He wanted the same path for you, so you were schooled in trading and ship maintenance. Trade, shipmaster and social. Now that's a good combo. But I think this is going to be another poll that we're going to put up, and this is going to be what kind of character we should make. So, mounted commander, which is like a fairly classic noble type thing. Merchant, either over land or by sea. Crossbowman, because I don't do that very often. Or pole armor. I'm going to make this a 1 minute vote. I don't think we need to think about this one quite so long. So mounted commander is going to be social skills, some riding, some probably sword and board, maybe polearm for lancing. But we won't be focusing on the combat skills, we'll be focusing more on the social skills and the tactics. So tactics, charm, leadership, particularly leadership. Merchant is trade. So we'll be doing trade, social skills, so charm, probably leadership, probably some of the naval skills. Crossbow. I need to spell crossbow correctly, not just crossman. Yes, we're an angry man. So we're playing a Nord again. Crossbowman. We have control, crossbow skills, maybe some combat naval stuff. I feel like being a crossbowman would go well with being a sailor in this. or the pole armor. So we're doing athletics. Maybe we'll do smithing and athletics and pole arm, so we can make our own weapons. I think that'd be kind of cool. Not seeing pole hammer, but you can do pole axe. Interesting. Because I think you can do quarterstaffs, if memory serves. I think you could do both mounted and trader. Yeah, so they are similar, but they are subtly different. Trader, I'd probably do a little bit into... I was going to say into cunning for roguery, but I'm not sure that's true. I think I would be focusing almost entirely on social skills for trade and leadership and charm. With the mounted commander, we would have to spread our skills a lot more thinly, but we could also do roguery. In fact, you know what? I'm going to add another one. Gangster. We're going to try the alleys and things, because I haven't actually done that ever before. So maybe we'll go like slingshot, something like that. Steward is the best passive skill to have and the most worthwhile. I kind of disagree with you, because you can just get a companion to do that. This is Sandbox. And I've got a mod running, which means that companions will start at level 1, and they are not limited. So I can have as many as I want. Though, don't worry, I am going to limit myself. Basically, I'm going to limit myself to the number of companions I could regularly get, and then caravans within probably the same number of caravans you can have workshops. That seems fair. Caravan running people, governors, alley gang leaders, and maybe party leaders will not count towards the companion limit. So these are the 5 options. Get your votes in. Great money making in smithing skill still. Yeah, I don't want to abuse that though. I already feel like money is relatively easy to make. His party size. Yes, but you can get a companion to be the steward, in which case you use his skill. So you don't need to take it yourself. Although, all companions start at level 1. You have to train them up. So we probably will need to keep a companion or 2 in the party in mind to make them into a governor. Then once they become the governor, we can recruit another companion to replace them. Same with generals. You know what? Yes, I like that. Once we make someone a governor or a general, then they don't count towards my limit, but I don't really want to make level 1 generals. Do companions have natural predilections or are they blank slates? Not sure. Don't know. Okay, so the vote's in, and it's kind of an interesting one. Okay. I dig it. So, joint last place, we have the merchant and the mounted commander. Okay, so the 2 that I thought were most likely, we're not doing. Crossbowman came in 3rd place with 13% of the vote. Gangster actually came in 2nd with 25% of the vote. But ultimately, the winner of the vote, with a little bit of help from Jamie, is going to be the pole armor. So we're going to do pole arm, we're going to do smithing. And athletics. This is going to be so similar to the 2-hander again. Alright, so one of these had those skills, exactly, it's this one. So we're going to start out as a freeholder. As a child, you were noted for your leadership skills. If the Wolfpack gang of your early childhood had an alpha, it was definitely you. Or the other kids followed your lead as you decided what to play and where to play and led them in games and mischief. So this is leadership tactics and cunning. Oh, by the way, becoming a gangster is a really easy way to raise roguery. Particularly if you defend your turf against attacks, you can raise roguery very quickly. So roguery is significantly more easy to raise up this time. What mod is it? Sorry, I missed the name. It is Weekly Companion Spawns from Nexus. I never did actually check to see if that was on Bookshop. Let's have a look. Weekly Companion So it's only on Nexus. So that's leadership, tactics, and cunning. Then we've got brawn, which is two-handed throwing and vigor. You are big, and other children look to have you around, and any scrap of children from the neighbouring village. You pushed a plough and threw an axe like an adult. Attention to detail. You were quick on your feet and attentive to what was going on around you. Usually you could run away from trouble, though you could give a good account of yourself in a fight with other children if cornered. Athletics, bow and control? Nah. Most children around you had only the most rudimentary education, but you lingered after class to study letters and mathematics. You were fascinated by the marketplace, weights and measures, tallies and accounts, the chatter about profits and losses. Engineering, trade and intelligence? You had a way with people. You were always attentive to other people, good at guessing their motivations. You studied how individuals were swayed and tried what you learned from adults and on your friends. So we have charm, leadership and social. Skill with horses. You're always drawn to animals and spent as much time as possible hanging out in the village stables. You could calm horses and were sometimes called upon to break in new colts. You learned the basics of veterinary arts, much of which is applicable to humans as well. Riding, medicine and endurance. And then finally there is the uncanny ability to predict the weather. You are fascinated with clouds and patterns and always observed weather, often warning your family of impending storms with uncanny accuracy. So intelligence, bosun and scouting. I really don't see the need for intelligence. Leadership and tactics is nice. Cunning is decent to have. Two-handed and throwing are useless. Athletics and archery and control especially are useless. Engineering, trade and intelligence, not very helpful. Charm and leadership, possibly. Skill with horses, no. Bows and scouting intelligence, no. So charm, leadership and social. All of these skills are do rate, or leadership skills. We haven't said anything about wanting to be roguish. Although I do kind of feel like the pole armor could be a gang leader, though he's not the gangster. I don't know, what is the side part of this character? Detail or brawn seem important for a smith, yeah, but neither of them really give anything towards that. Vigor is decent, I guess, for the vigor point, but the 200 and throwing are completely wasted. Attention to detail is completely useless. Athletics, fine, slightly useful, but bow and control, especially control. Anything that's control or intelligence are wasted stats. And these are the ones that are harder to get because you only get them every 4 levels. I kind of like the idea that we're a mercenary. So I'm leaning towards leadership, tactics and cunning. Like all village children, you helped out in the fields. You also herded the sheep. You went with the other fleet-footed youths to take on the village's sheep, goats or cattle to graze in the pastures near the village. You were in charge of chasing down stray beasts and always kept a big stone on hand to be hurled at lurking predators if necessary, so athletics, throwing and, unfortunately, control. You were apprenticed to a local smith. You learned how to heat and forge metal, hammering for hours at a time until your muscles ached. Two-handed, smithing and vigour. So if we did this, we could effectively have a choice between whether we use a pole armour or a two-handed weapon, which could be good. I think we could be in a gang and make all the weapons for it. With the cunning skill, yes, I could definitely see that. Repaired projects. You helped dig wells, rethatch houses and fix broken ploughs. You learned about the basics of construction as well as how to keep a farming community prosperous. Smithing, engineering and intelligence. Gathered herbs in the wild. You were sent by the village healer up into the hills to look for useful medicinal plants. You learned which herbs healed wounds or brought down a fever and how to find them. Medicine, scouting and endurance. So medicine and scouting are useful if we don't have a companion to fulfill those roles. Medicine especially, because it can actually give you extra things like hit points. So that one I'm tempted by. Hunted small game. Accompanied a local hunter as he went into the wilderness, helping him set up traps and catch small animals. Bow, tactics and cunning. Of those, well, cunning and tactics are both quite useful. And sold product on the market. You took your family's goods to the nearest town to sell your produce and buy supplies. It was hard work, but you enjoyed the hubbub of the marketplace. So trade, charm and social. You can actually start, just by the time that you're a child, with 2 charm, 2 trade, and 2 points in social. Well, level 5 social, technically. Because the previous level had one that had exactly the same stats. You spent your adolescence helping your uncle with his fishing business, learning the ropes, literally, of seamanship, from mending nets to hauling in the catch. Bosun, athletics, and endurance. Now that one is tempting. Bosun is ship repair, endurance is endurance, and athletics is athletics. So that one, all 3 skills are at least useful. Village smithy, 2-handed, is kind of wasted. And you really do only want to focus on one weapon. There's not much point having 2-handed weapons and pole arms, and they're very similar. Vigor is nice to have, though. Herbs in the wild. Medicine and scouting are nice to have, but kind of as a surplus. Endurance is good. Now, I think we're going to start as a deckhand on a fishing boat. As a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. You joined the commander's staff. You were chosen by your superior officer to serve in Imperial Strategos as a courier. You were not given major responsibilities, mostly carrying messages and tending to his horse, but it did give you a chance to see how campaigns were planned and men were deployed in battle. So we get steward, tactics, and cunning. Cunning and tactics are decent. Stood guard in the garrisons. Urban troops spend much of their time guarding the town walls. Most of their training was with missile weapons. Crossbow, engineering, and intelligence, none of which are useful. Rode with the scouts. All of Calradia's kingdoms recognise the value of good light cavalry. Even the Nords. And horse archers. Especially the Nords. And are sure to recruit nomads and borderers with the skills to fulfill those duties. You were a good enough rider that your neighbours pitched in to buy you a small pony and a good bow so you could fulfill their levy obligations. Riding, bow, and endurance. Endurance is the only one there that's useful. Armed. Levy armed with spear and shield, drawn from small-holding farmers, have always been the backbone of most armies of Calradia. So we get polearm, one-handed, and vigor. One-handed is useful, so we could theoretically use sword and board if we wanted to. And then polearm for the main damage. And then vigor is combat skills. Skirmishers. Younger recruits are those of slighter build, or those too poor to buy a shield and armour to tend to join the skirmishers. Fighting with bow and javelin, they try to stay out of reach of the main enemy forces, so throwing one-handed and control, not really that useful. Your family arranged for you to accompany an envoy. You are not given major responsibilities, mostly carrying arms and trying to look imposing, but it did give you a chance to travel a lot, and socialise and see the world. Charm, scouting and social, And then finally, you spent your youth participating in coastal raids, learning the skills of a rower, a lookout, and a boarding party. You witnessed the thrill of naval combat firsthand, experienced the fear and the glory of maritime warfare. So mariner, one-handed, and we have a point in vigor. I'm thinking probably the infantry. We start then with 2 points of polearm. One-handed is more useful than two-handed, because then at least we can use a shield, and vigor is vigor. Before you set out for a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was... Not everyone who musters for the levy marches to war. Not everyone who goes on campaigns sees action. You did both, and you took down an enemy warrior in direct one-to-one combat, in full view of your comrades. One-handed, two-handed, vigor, and then you also get... you start with Valor and Renown. Successful manhunt. When your community needed to organise a posse to pursue horse thieves, you were the obvious choice. You hunted down the raiders, surrounded them, and forced their surrender and took back the stolen property. So we have tactics, leadership, and cunning. That one's not bad. Invested money in land. Your parents didn't give you much money, but they did leave you just enough for you to purchase a plot of unused land at the edge of the village. You cleared away rocks and dug an irrigation ditch, raised a few seasons of crops, and sold it for a considerable profit. So we get trade, smithing, and intelligence. Smithing is the only one of those that's hugely useful, although I wouldn't say no to starting with trade. Hunted a dangerous animal. Wolves, bears are a constant menace to the flocks of northern Calradia, while hyenas and leopards cause trouble to the south. You went with a group of your fellow villagers and fired the missile that brought down the beast. So we'd start with polearm, bow, and a point and control. So if we wanted to beeline archery, so polearm and archery, we could do that. Famous escapade in town. Maybe it was a love affair, or maybe you cheated at dice, or maybe you just chose your words poorly when drinking with a dangerous crowd. Anyway, one of your trips into town led to the kind of trouble from which only a quick tongue or a quick feet can get you out of alive. Athletics, roguery, and endurance. That sounds exactly like what we want to start with. Or you just treat people well. Yours wasn't the kind of reputation that local legends are made out of, but it was the kind that wins you the respect among those around you. Consistently fair and honest in your business dealings and helpful to those in trouble. In so doing, you got a sense for what made people tick. You get mercy, generosity, and honour, all three of them. You also get charm, stewarding, and social. Is the stream stuttering for anyone else? Yeah, we are dropping frames at the moment. I'm going to say famous escapade. See if it's still dropping. Looks to have stabilized. Hopefully that was just a temporary glitch. And we're going to start off at the age of 20. We're going to be nice and young. So we have 2 focus points, 1 attribute. And the reason I'm choosing 20 is because we are playing with accelerated time on. Alright, so we're in Imperial. I kind of feel like we should be... It's called Landia. Oh, purple. Guess that's as close to purple as we're going to get. Viking Imperial? There's a spear, there's a pitchfork. I think those are the only ones that could really be construed as pole arms. Super long hand. A long boop stick. The column. There's a dude on a pole. He's carrying a pole arm. Or a spear of some kind. A very basic pokey stick. The column. We are that which everything is built upon. A raven on a spear. Maybe a vulture. I don't know what kind of bird that is. I actually kind of like that. We're going to do that one. It's a cool symbology. Are we restarting? Yeah, thought we would try a different character. Do something a little different. And then we need a surname. Mordrius. Mordrius sounds better. Although Mordrius is a first name, it's not a surname. Empire's naming convention is German, English, Latin. Pretty sure it's Latin. The Empire is supposed to basically be Rome. Late stage Rome. Count Mordius. Longius Pocius. Mordius Maximus. It's kind of funny. I quite like that, Mordius Maximus. Father to a murdered child. Husband to a murdered wife. Alright, Mordius Maximus. I like it. Polearm, a little bit of roguery, tiny bit of sailing. We'll do warrior base. Friendly troops damage is realistic. Recruitment is realistic. Movement speed is realistic. Persuasion difficulty is realistic. AI difficulty is challenging. Clan member battle death chart. Considering how much they like dying, I'm going to reduce by 50%. Birth and aging is enabled. Fast mode is enabled. Enable death? No, battle death I think I'm going to turn off. Death from old age? Yes, because again, fast mode. I think that Lord death chance in battle is 2%. So they do need to get KO'd quite a bit, but these are level 1 companions. No, we're going to reduce that by 50%, otherwise I'll never get experience. Let's give it a try. All of the oceans. Often when you were growing up, you wondered if your destiny might lie upon the sea. You listened closely to old sailors telling the tales of daring and peril, steering longships through the icy storms of the north, outboxing corsairs along the pirate-infested coasts of the south, or standing in the forecastle of a droneman as it crashed through the enemy battle line. You wonder what opportunities lie for you to seize on the seas of Calradia, a fortune made in commerce and intrigues of a bustling port, or glory won on the bloody decks of a foe's longship. I gained a level. Huzzah! Well, this game's easy. So, athletics. I'm going to take the combat movement speed. Am I? Actually? Movement is really strong. But I'm actually going to take the toughness this time. I'm going to do something a bit different. Then, in terms of skills, I do want to have a point in smithing, at the very least. I think I'm going to put another point into endurance. Make that level 6 from the get-go. And then focus points into... kind of depends how I want to make money early on. I think instead of doing trade, we're going to do smithing. But then we need to make enough money to actually do the smithing. I think I do want to put a point into charm, because I really rate charm as a skill. Then maybe another point into tactics. Or roguery. Though roguery I feel like is going to come a little bit later. You know what, let's put a second point into smithing. We'll double down on that. So going into Danustica, we are going to do some trading. We're going to get rid of the harness and we're going to make the horse. Just a regular horse. I'm going to smelt both of those down. I'm going to buy myself some hardwood. 18 is not cheap. And then we're going to go smithing. Wow, I am really good at this job. Wow, I gain skill really quickly. Because of fast mode. We're going to smelt both of those down. And then let's see what we can make. two-handed polearm. They're all going to be spears at the start. Ugh. Well, I'm going to want the reach of this to actually be relatively short, so it's basically a stabbing spear. I have the resources to make this thing. It's not terrible. Alright, we have our first weapon. It only has a thrust skill. And then let's recruit a couple of idiots to join me. I mean, companions to potentially follow. Then we have Astin Coalbiter here. Who has remarkably high level skills for a level 1. Maybe the generation hasn't really started yet. So this is Imperial 1.
Yours is not a face, I know.
400. I'll hire you. Mostly because I want to see who you are. Level 17. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is basically just firing you. Because what I've also found out, I'm going to sell your stuff to make some of my money back. Nope, don't take the stones. Can't get rid of those. Is when you tell them to leave the party. Oh, that's getting more money back. It was like 400 and something, right? You know what? Just sell that. And I'll call that good enough. And everything else, I'm just going to throw away. I'm not cheating. And then we're going to leave the town. We're going to go to the party overview. We're going to talk to you. And we're going to say, bye-bye.
Captain.
And if you tell them to leave, they are deleted from the game. And the game will then generate somebody new. And then hopefully, because of the mod I'm running, that'll be someone low level. 10 looters is beyond me. We are quite quick though, 4.2. Fairly sure that my Nord was significantly slower than that. Polesia. What's up, Polesia? You need manual laborers, which is...
Oi, sorry.
Right, you want prisoners. I can help you with that. Now I need to find those looters. 13 of you, 11 of you. Don't want to fight you at the same time. So what I want to try to do is recruit troops here and then fight them. Recruit. Oh, Vigglers. Do I want to spend that much money early on? Yes. And now it's 14 of us against 13 of them.
Charge! Follow me!
The spear is tiny.
Die! Move! At them! Soldiers!
I got one! See, I'm helping! Yeah! Look at us go! No losses! We're amazing! I think I'll get 2 of those and 2 of those. We took some prisoners too. That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Oh, right. Yeah, food. I hadn't actually bought any. So it's a good thing that we looted some. Have I seen the Twitch Bannerman mod? I've heard of it. I'm a little reluctant to use it because I think it's going to just spam out the troop list. Maybe I'll name companions after subscribers. Don't think they're going to live for much longer. And yeah, I have definitely got some upgrades to do. So I'm a pikeman. Damage with polearms on foot. Damage by infantry troops in my party, or in my that I command. Works for me. I'm still moving 3.9. This might be both of you together. It is. So there's 22 of you against 14 of us. This is probably a terrible idea. But seeing how it went earlier, I dislike the fact that this is so flat.
Stick to me!
They're on their way. So what I'm thinking is we basically duck behind this hill. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Warriors! Move out! Move it! Onwards! Warriors! Forward!
And the reason I'm doing this is because they have ranged weapons. And I don't really.
Infantry!
So we want to be in a position to target them down as easily as possible. Without them being able to use their slings and things.
Attack! Arrow! Attack!
Oh shit. Yeah, we've lost. Run away! I don't think we're going to manage to run away. No. We killed 8 and lost many more. But I did level up. So we're learning. What did we learn? Not to do that again. Oh, and I lost my prisoners. I only have 17 days. Ugh. Oh wow, they are significantly better. 61 handed against 20. I'm wondering if I should just run around with a crew of these guys. Lavenia, Nethmenia, Nethmesa. Last time there were some bad guys down here. Did you loot everything from me? Not quite, but you have left me with no food. Jeez, that's not cheap. Yeah, that's fine. 9v10, but we're Vigler. I'm kind of weak, but my guys all have shields.
Whoa, now!
And we know how to deal with looters when we have shields.
Give him hell!
Ow! That's my face. That's my face. Yeah! That's better. I'm dead. Now I need to sell some of this stuff. Hideout. Yeah, don't want to fight Sea Raiders, not right now. And I leveled up in athletics. Armor weight reduction or weapon handling while on foot. So weapon handling basically increases the speed that you swing. I'm going to take the armor weight so I can wear heavier armor. And there we go. We are solvent again. No troops here, but that's fine. I can not do any smithying. Do you have... Don't have any timber anyway. Alright. Morenia Castle. I'm quite impressed by the Vigler, actually. Let's see if I can get some more. So what do you have? You have Atilfia and Morenia. So Atilfia and Morenia. And you have a quest. How many days do I have left? 14. You also need manual labourers, and I'm fairly sure you can't have two of the same quest active. So now we just need to find some prisoners. Ooh, hello. I am still faster than you. No, I do not want to fight at the same time. Gotcha. Okay, 11v12. So form everyone into a shield wall and then get moving. Ow! Makes it a bit difficult when I can only hit you from above or below. No side to side. And that guy was annoyingly good at blocking. But we won, it's fine. Okay. No, we leveled up 5 people. One dead, one wounded. That wounded one was me. Oh, I think these were the guys that captured me because I have wrought iron on them. Revenge! is a dish best served cold. So I will take the Vigla. I'll go up to 14. As long as that doesn't slow me down overly. You know what? Let's see if we can go after the Sea Raiders too. Help out the patrol, because I will definitely catch them. Capture, 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 capture. 77 gold. Okay. 12 days remaining. Two looters may wish to join us. Not gonna let them though. Hey, I'm not wounded anymore. We're Imperial now? We are. With quite possibly the smallest spear you've ever seen. Should just ask for one of theirs. This thing could be used one-handed, so I could theoretically use a shield too. I got him! I got him! Ow! Man, I really don't like spins. Just wait until I get something like a glaive, then this will be a very different story. Take the Pilgrim Hood. These are still all worse than what I'm using. No time to mourn. It is time to bury your dead, but the ground is frozen solid and the wood from nearby trees is too wet to make a proper pyre. You can give the bodies a hasty burial in a nearby gully, even though the wolves or other animals may find them, or take the bodies with you to bury as soon as you can. Yeah, we'll be generous. We're disorganized, but we already were. We still only have the 2 prisoners, unfortunately. And this doesn't help me unless I get some softwood. Which there just isn't any of, really. However, I did level up. I am now level 3 already. Let's get another... Well, do I really need one in that? Let's go 2 with polearm. So I can poke a bit faster. 10 days remaining. Nine bandit prisoners. Currently... Oh, delivered. 0 of 9. Yeah, I have 2 on me. In fact, I can drop these 2 off. I'll share the profit with you. What I wanted to do was talk to you so I can drop off those. So if I do get captured, it doesn't matter. They've already been cashed in. Yeah. So now I just need to get more. 13 against 11. I think we got this.
Kill those with them!
Oh, I see. They don't finish through in their formation.
Get moving!
So we'll let them finish standing shoulder to shoulder.
Close in!
Now we'll advance. So they can be covering each other with their shields a bit better. I think I did the right thing going for the Vigla. Sure, they're twice as expensive, but them having shields is kind of huge. Success! No losses. Much better shoes, much better hat. I got a bit bloody there. Oh, we didn't take any captives though. Damn it. Too badly wounded, so we have to auto-resolve this. Success. And that time we did get a captive. Legendary fish harpoon. So if I wanted to do a throwing weapon, I could. I don't, so I won't. And it does give me something to smell down. Oh, do not ransom. Nope, still no wood here. Eight days. I'm not feeling so good about this one. I'd happily go after those looters if I could keep these two separated. Which I can. Catch them! Catch them! Good.
Form a wall! You heard that! Change formation! Face up! You heard it! Now move!
Shields up with slow advance, proper Roman tactic. Either that or Viking, yes. Can I change crouch to be side button so I can get up and down more easily? Ow! That really hurt. Got him! I won my duel. We did show him. Ooh, fine commoner shirt. Ooh. That's 9, 13 armor against 9. So even though the body armor is less, there is more on the arms. Still only taking the one captive though. Ugh. Pole arms. Keep at bay. Pole arms ignored. Knockback resistance on thrusts against footmen. or polearms can dismount, ignore 25% dismount resistance on attacks against cavalry. Extra damage by the infantry against cavalry. We're going to brace up, I think. I do not want to fight them. They're going to catch me. Ooh, maybe I can escape. I am actually faster than them. So I'm really hoping that Avelips has troops here. 3. 15 against 14, but I do have a trick up my sleeve. I am, however, going to save here. Oh, now he's running away. Okay, it says it's slightly in their favour, but we can shield wall up and advance. Oh, you guys are not in the back line.
Footmen, hear me! Move! Warriors, move!
Yeah, I'm going to need you in 2 ranks. Oh, still...
Move forth! And move now!
Not sure this game works in the same way, but sharp weapon sword spears were worse than blunt for capturing prisoners alive. I'm fairly sure it's the same. But it's not like I can really choose. Thankfully, these Wiggler have remarkably tough shields. No! Right. It's going to be down to combat skill. Which I think we have more of. Because Wiggler attack skill is 60. A regular recruit is only 20. Yeah, we got this. Get him! Knocked out. Just one bushwhacker. However... Ooh. Okay, got some arm wraps. The stuff they dropped is not nearly as good as I was hoping it would be. Considering how heavily we outnumbered them, but I guess my roguery still sucks. So 7 days, I have 2 more people I can drop off. Lavinia and Nethemisia. I am going to need some more troops. But thankfully we have a decent amount of money. So I feel like I can afford that. Pick up another 4. Danustica's having a tournament. Okay, that's 3. Another wrought iron. Fine wrap shoes. Much the same as what I'm using now. Ah, right. I also need to equip myself with civilian kit. And with sneaky kit. Although I'm fairly sure that the sneaky stuff is just going to be better than anything I can feasibly take. Still no cloaks have dropped. And not a huge number of weapons either. Got some salt randomly. Okay, so we do have a couple of things to smelt. And actually we got a lot of money out of that, so I'm pretty happy with that outcome. How much are your horses? In the Shiri are 344. These are riding horses, so let's grab 3 of them. Which should help increase our speed. Yes, it definitely does. And I think we'll go and drop off the ones that we've got now. So we're up to 5. We need 4 more. There's another 11.
It's been a week.
Moving to 4.2 now. Game difficulty plus 0.02. I'll turn that off. In fact, I'm fairly sure I did. Realistic movement.
Shields up! Soldiers, change formation! Close with them! Soldiers!
None of the peasants survived that last fight, so yeah, just using Vigler I think is the way forward for us.
At them!
Ow! Ow! At least it didn't go down. 2 more. Ah! Ooh. Ah, but you used the horses. I didn't realize you went straight to Equite. No, I don't need to be Equite. Four days remaining. Latvinia, do you have some more? Yes, you do. It's got 16. We're still faster than most bandit groups. 3 days remaining. Let's drop off the 2 that we have, and then we're just 1 short.
It's been a while.
Don't want to go into the woods too much, slows you down. Maybe Maybe we find some looters down here, although there's a lot of armies moving through this region, so I kind of doubt it. I don't know that I'm going to make this. One day remaining. I don't think I am. It's getting dark. Shoot. Oh, we were still too short. Yeah, we were. Well, I leveled up for some reason. And this was a big level up. Maybe a point in vigor so I can poke people harder with my stick. No looters for like 3 days. It's Corsairs, but that doesn't help. Ah, how disappointing! Oof. Got him most of his prisoners.
Don't.
Irritating. Well, this frees me up to go elsewhere at least, where hopefully we can find somewhere with some timber. Isaiah, maybe. Mountain bandits? I'm not convinced I can take you. 2 cavalry.
Wall, now! You heard that! Change formation! Move forth! Warriors, move!
Basically gonna have to ignore those 2 horsemen for now. No.
Face up!
Ignore them. This is not good. Oh Jesus, 2 of you. Damn it!
We whipped the bastards!
But hey, I gained a point in leadership. Persuasion chance and party size. Crafting stamina recovery rate. As much as that is nice, when you're recovering stamina, you are usually just sitting in town anyway. And that persuasion chance is huge. Unfortunately, this does mean that I'm going to have lost basically all of my inventory. Which is annoying. Is there an ancient mod yet for Bannerlord like Hoplites and Roman Legionaries? Yes. Yes, there is. Ah. Oh, I can't use it because I don't have anything. Save me, noble! Maybe those peasants could actually win that fight, but no, I don't think they can. Did somehow keep one of my horses though, so that's nice. Hey, cheap grain, finally. Hello, 4 looters. Are you the ones who captured me? I think you might be. I'm quite a lot faster than you. So I'm a little disappointed we haven't caught you yet. Hardwood! Except I have nothing to smelt, but that's okay. Because I do have some stuff that I can just forge with. Two-handed polearm. Oh, I need charcoal. That's fine. Charcoal I can create. Oh, it's upgraded. Balanced one. Oh, I forgot to change the reach. Bugger. Make me another one. Well, seeing as that weapon is quite a lot better than the one that I just made previously, I think what I'll do is I'll smelt those two down. I do need some more wood though. Getting a bit tired. So I think I'll wait here until the morning. Actually, maybe let's go ahead and smelt you down. Make that charcoal. So I got level 20, but that's not enough to get a point in anything yet. You need draught animals. I kind of doubt that I have the money that you need for me. I kind of doubt that I have the money that you need, that I would need to buy the animals that you are after. We will definitely fight you. I've got to try out my new spear.
Raise your shields! Warriors! Close with them!
So it's marginally longer. They're 6 against 5, but they will hopefully spread out as half of their number will start throwing stones. Yeah! Do I want to take those peasants? I mean, free is free, and it's hard to argue with free. Can I upgrade them with sumpter horses? I mean, looting 5 sumpter horses is very nice. Your Empire troops, if they can take charge of the burial of the Empire in the enemy's ranks, declaring that they feel a duty to their kin, even if they fought for a bad cause. Generous and fearless, decrease morale? I'm letting them do it. There are no different cultures. Grr. Mount. So yeah, I think that's a regular horse. It's not a sumpter horse. Unfortunately. No, I'm not going to recruit those. Did just see there 10 looters. Can I take 10 with 8 of us? Me at half health? Maybe? Probably? Possibly.
Shields, forward!
Wait.
Change formation!
You guys have slings? Oh, they're villagers. They're not recruits. Interesting. Okay, okay.
Footmen! Forward! Soldiers, move! Close in! Right! You heard that, lad? Move!
Yeah! Help. Three of them did die, though. Tactics! I gained tactics, because I'm smart. None of those are useful. But more food and stuff is always nice. Plus I could sell some of the items I've been picking up. But I need to go to the castle area to get some more troops, I think. Sell those, sell the raw silk. Sell the butter, the beer, and the grapes, because we don't need such hoity-toity resources. Oh, we have 12 hardwood. That's actually a fair bit. Let's wait here until the morning then. Gives me a chance to rest up a little bit and also do a bit more smithy. Yeah, mostly recovered. So first of all, I'm going to turn most of that into smelt. I'm going to smelt those down. Blunt practice tip for 200 polearm. Which I'm actually completely fine with, because this has a swing speed. This is basically the pole hammer. I think there might be one thing which is better. But we may well have just unlocked a weapon that I'm going to be using for a long time. Weapon reach 108. I think I want you to go up to maybe 110. .26 swing blunt damage. Oh, can't do this. Need 2 wrought iron. Disaster! You really think I can do this? Costing 3 steel? Not a chance. Escort merchant and caravan. No. No. Denied. Alright, I need to find some more weapons to melt down. I'm not fighting them, though. We will go this way. Oh, I'll fight them. I'll fight them. No. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. I'm going to try to sneak over to the villages over here to pick up some more Vigor if I can. Go sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, I'll follow the note. No, because you're going to recruit everyone. Okay, you didn't go to Sagalina. It's fine. It's fine. I have almost $1,000 in the bank, so financially we're doing okay. Alright, we're back up to 13 troops. May as well drop in at Myzea while we're here. There's a horse trader. There's a tournament as well. I'm at the stage where I might be able to do tournaments. Though I'm at 60% health, so I don't think I would survive for very long. I'm going to join it. Shield Wall Banner. I don't think I'll bet though. Have I seen the Retinues mod, Custom Troop Tree mod, which is a bit less clunky to use than the others, a nice bit of unlock and progression? I have not seen that, no. Need to remember that I actually swing significantly slower than these guys. But I can still win. Ah, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, leave me alone. Ow. Ow. Yes. Bring in the reinforcements. Yeah! No! Did I just get friendly fired? I feel like I did. Drop a link in the Mountain Blade channel on Discord, obviously, with things like custom troop trees, only as OP as you make it. Nice. I'll take a look. We qualified. Okay. Holy. Now, I don't actually want to win this. Because I think the amount of money you earn from bets and things goes down for every time you win. wrong direction there. Could I have won that? Maybe. After he broke my shield though, like that was legit until the shield broke, then I didn't really play very well. But I think I did well enough that it wouldn't have looked like I threw it. Shield bash, I don't do shield bashing. I would love to have the more weapon handling with one-handed weapons though. And also the one-handed skill for my troops in my formations. Yes, that would be lovely. Cool. Alright, I need to find more Vigla troops. Let's go this way. Yeah. Fighting the 14 bandits I can probably do. I can almost certainly do that. I'll be quite disappointed if I can't. Oh, there's a hideout there. So like, that's a very big rock we've just gone right through. Eh. $17. Let's get like one more. Actually, if I can get another group, then we can definitely go after those two. 21 versus 27. I would take that. Even more so if you split up. Hey, leveled up. Yeah, you two together, come on. Totally forgot I was still carting one guy around with us. More smithing, so I can level that up a bit quicker. Gotcha. I will fight you because I want the skill. Why can I now do this? What's changed? And why can I make myself a captain? Because remember in the Nord game I could not make myself a captain. That's weird. But I'm not going to complain. Over 20 party size. Oh, is that the reason? You only get your bets if you win the whole thing. Yes. But the value of the bets in the future will go down. And because I didn't bet on anything this time around, I would have earned nothing, but still gotten the renown, which will reduce the value of future bets. At least that's what I thought. What? Crushing through it is very annoying. Hey! I'm helping. Faster than we are. I didn't die. I almost did, but I didn't. And that's tactics, not dying. True story. Still not better. Oh. Let's work its umbrella. Did I loot anything I can smelt down? I did. Oh, I will take you on. That is more important. Two more losses there than I would like. Ouch. That's 12. 12. You have more body armor. You want me to go and free some people captured. I'm not sure I want to do that. Yildrim the Knowing. I'm going to assume that you're going to be kind of expensive, so we may need to loot you and then remove all the stuff from you again. So let's save and check you out.
Welcome, stranger.
Oh, one person. You. So what are you, first of all? Hey, you're merciful, so I wouldn't want you anyway. And yeah, with those stats, you are definitely not level 1. So I'm currently trying to hire the low-level people to... I need to earn 600 back from your kit. Which I can probably do with just that stuff. Close enough. So yeah, I'm trying to get rid of him because I want the game to create the low-level characters. Because I want my level 1s. Okay. So I need to go to the smithy. I need to smelt you down to get my second piece of wrought iron so that I can then go to the two-handed polearm, grab that, make sure that you are maxed out in size. That's 110. 26 swing damage, 110 reach. Fingers crossed. Not great, but it's better than what I have now. And wow, we unlocked a lot of stuff with that. Okay, that wasn't a complete fail. We got a lot of new options. I'm still going to go ahead and use that because it's actually got a swing speed. It's also worth 700. This is only worth 33. And this is probably going to be the weapon, or at least a variant of it, that I'm going to use for a while now. I'm going to keep that spear just in case I decide I'm horribly, horribly wrong. Which could happen. We're going to go recruit some more. Well, 16 of us, I think we're good. Oh yes, prisoners. I do also need to ransom them. I have no prisoners, never mind. Smithing did level up. I'm going to take Efficient Iron Maker. This is going to be a controversial pick because I love Efficient Charcoal Maker. But I'm going to be investing quite heavily in smithing anyway, so I should basically always be carrying a supply of timber on me so that I can make charcoal easily. And I want to be able to upgrade iron, which you can just buy in a village, to usable, like, high-tier stuff. And I want to be able to do that whole chain. So we're going to play this a little bit differently than I usually do smithing stuff. Velos, what do you want? Deliver the head to Diathma.
Huzzah!
Over there. I feel like that should be doable.
Well, good day to you.
Sheep, and it's not a herding 0.27. That is slowing us down. But it's not the stupid herding mechanics from Warband. I think I need to let you go past. Okay, Incurian's cleared the way. Thank you, Incurian. I mean, the forest bandits we could probably fight. That was a lot of sea raiders I just saw over that way. And you're chasing me, which I really don't like. So we're going to try to run for the army down here. Those are villagers. Right, let's go to Alatis, and hopefully we can get enough troops. Hunter's Paradise! Your men spot several deer in the outskirts of the village, a rare thing in land where meat and hides are valuable. The villagers tell you there was an unusual crop of acorns this year. While fear of bandits has prevented them from hunting as they normally would, they invite you to shoot a few deer, as there will be plenty to go around anyway and the beasts are trampling the crops. Hunting requires patience. I do not want to be disorganized for the upcoming fight, because that reduces your morale. So I'm going to be patient. Ooh, archers. Alright, there's 17... No, there's 22 of us, with me on half health, against 18 of them. I'm not sure about this one. Oh? Oh! Okay, that's usually a good sign. Yeah, 22 against 13, I'm confident. 22 against 18, I'm not so sure. Oops. Ready.
On me!
Oh yeah. Don't swing particularly fast yet. But it'll be good. Getting some chain armor would also be nice, that is true.
Shield wall, now! Hunter! Face up! Onward! Move forth! Arrow! Move forth! Bow! Onward!
Oh no, the archer's just being pushed.
Arrow! Face up!
The shield break. Ow! Who shot me? That's very rude. Ow! Just did not die. Got 4 pole arm for that, though. That little bit of finesse. This can be used one-handed, but I don't think I'd want to. I think if it's one-handed, you can't swing. I will chase these guys down, though, if I can. Oh, they are actually slightly faster than me. Stop this. I need to get to Diathma. How long did I have? Oh, 26 days. Gang needs recruits. I don't think I'm quite ready for that. Reno of the River. I should probably take a look at you. Sell the shoes, sell the shields, and smelt the rest down. Save. 6. Because I want to see what you are like. You have terrible skills. You might actually be one of the newbies. Maybe.
I?
Nope. Level 12. How are your skills that bad? I mean, you're a medic. You're a very good medic. You're not actually terrible. No, I want to try to get my level 1 people. So how much was she? 600? I think. At some point I'm going to realize that this mod is not in fact working, and it's going to be very annoying. Right. No, I'm not going to stay here and smelt things. I'm going to go on to Diathma to finish this quest. Sea Raider hideout. Very nice, very nice. Smithing? No, scouting. I would like to have Night Runner so I can continue to be a bit quicker during the evenings. That's a lot of forest bandits. Don't mind me. And you are the one that I need to deliver
good
to.
day
900 ducats, 6 points of charm. Very good, very good. You want raw materials, you want help with brigands. Help with brigands I might be able to do, depending on how many of them there are. Okay, you're 21. All the level 1s are between age 20 and 30. You have 0 skills, so maybe you're one of them. Although of all of the companions I could get, Akuzate's probably the one I want the least. But you're knowing, so you might be a medic. And I would like to have a medic.
I?
Holy crap! 2 grand? Cheeky. Oh, there's no hardwood here. Despite all of the forests. So I think what I might do is head over to Marathea, see if I can pick up some of the iron there, and then find somewhere with hardwood. You know what? I'm actually really close to being able to afford that. Hold on. Hold on. Is this a new start? Yes, it is. There is a low level. Requires 2 metal, but I can make wrought iron. I just need to rest. You know what? I can do that mission. And then I might be able to hire that guy, so I'll have no extra cash outside of that. And I'm spending 51 a day on wages. So what was the other quest? Oh, you want iron. No, I'm not. I'm not spending iron on you. No. Oh, right, you need 2 of those. So we're going to go... one of them. No. No. Yes. Forge. Satisfied! Ka-ching! So I could make wrought... Wait, did you want wrought iron or did you want steel? You want... Oh no, you want something with iron. If I had... You know what? I think I can actually do that. I'm going to need to rest a little longer. Because if I make the charcoal, make 2 wrought iron, make 1 steel, regular iron, which I shouldn't. Then I can go to you, 2 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. Blunt damage. Oh, this doesn't do any blunt because I don't know what a blunt two-handed weapon is. Well, the rest might succeed. Oh, I still made 123 ducats. You know what? I'm okay with that. And I got 4 points in smithing because of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. Then I now have 2198.
It's
Moment of truth. Level 1. 0 skills. Who says no traits, which is a little disappointing. I don't know whether companions can gain traits over time. But yeah, he has literally nothing. So we can train you up from complete scratch. But the fact that you're a Crusade actually kind of makes you useless to me, because I don't think I'm ever going to want Crusade. So I'm going to go back to this. I'm not spending $2,000 on it. But now we know that those companions at least exist. Which is important, because it means they're mods working. It's been years since the last time I caught you alive, man. I hope you mean live. Last time was back when you were making homebrew D&D World. Whatever happened to it was fun making it. Oh, I still do that from time to time. Particularly when I'm doing Age of Wonders games. Because I tend to use Age of Wonders as the basis. Because it lets me... what's it called? Iterate out various things that are happening. Got some more leadership. Very good. Character. Leadership. So, +2 experience per day for everyone in the party, +1 to troop tier when recruiting same culture, or +4 experience for tier 1 and 2, and a governor thing which is useless to me. I think I like the combat tips to get the troop tier. Because that's recruiting Empire. There's Empire everywhere. Only the shark has arrived in Pravin, so I think this is it generating new characters. Why would the ethnicity of your companion matter? Because once you start controlling cities, their culture matters. So for example, if you have a Crusade in a Imperial city, because a Crusade in a Vlandian city, better example. Because Vlandia is of a different culture to me, they have a -3 loyalty. Because the governor is of a different culture, if I make the Crusade one, that's -4. However, if they're of the same loyalty, then it's +1. Sorry, same culture, then it's +1, so then the difference is only 2. So there's a swing of 2 loyalty, which is actually a lot. Oh, wait. What's your quest? You want tools? Tools I can probably help with.
Oi, sorry.
1 tool. think I can help you with at all. With Epic T over there. Oh. Wait, you? Are you chasing him? Are you running away from me? I think you were running from me. So I want to go to Marathea just so I can buy the iron here. $25. I think that's a fantastic price. I'll buy all of it. And thankfully metal is really cheap to carry. I will definitely move in to help those villagers, though they may not need it. Whoa. Hello? You're welcome! Hey, I got prisoners. And 47 ducats. Nice! Well, I'll ransom you. Now the red. You are a high level character, so I'm going to hire you, then fire you, basically. I still want what you don't have. Softwood. Nowhere seems to have softwood. It's very annoying. Where's my next point? 50. Okay. Oh, that mod list is not updated. In fact, I'm only actually running one at the moment. I'll update it real quick. Current series, none of those are actually live. Blade 2, Bannerlord. Sales. And then the only mod that I'm running right now is weekly companion spawns, which I still have open, so that makes that easier. That one. Okay, that list is now updated with my one mod. Sell the arm wraps. Let's get rid of that companion, just so he is removed from the pool.
Peace to you, stranger.
So that was 500 ducats. Just going to double check he is in fact, yeah, high level is 18. So 500 exactly. Just to get my money back. $600. Oh, no. Trying not to cheat this too much, but 100, whatever. Don't care about that much so much. We can get rid of you, and not you. And the Falchion. Yes. Leave, party, talk to you, and fire you. Alright, and he's gone. So, I do still need to collect a tool, that's true. Do you have tools here, and are they obscenely expensive? No, they're actually really cheap. So I'm going to buy 15 tools. No, I'm not. That's too expensive. I'm going to buy 10 tools, which definitely leaves my treasury a little bit reduced. But now any quest that I do where a village requires tools, I can complete it very easily. Who was it? Gimos. Laraman. It's not the place. Gimos is there. Laramemnon. Am I playing with fast aging? Yes, I am. And also character deaths.
It's been a while.
Job's done. Gained 8 points in charm there. Okay, I think I probably want to go to Britannia. Specifically Harbanzeth, because I think they should have wood. And Pancanuc. The Sionon's basically on the way. Although, I've only got 8 days worth of money, so let's loot some looters in the meantime. And this also gives me an opportunity to practice with my new pole hammer.
Infantry! Close it! Close with them!
Very slightly faster than them.
One man! Move arrows! Forward! One man! Hear me! All! Now! Warriors! Face up!
Yeah, I like this weapon. This is a good weapon. Took down 4. 6 pole hammer, 5 athletics. I will promote the recruit to be another archer. Choose, not an upgrade. Might be an upgrade for peacetime though. Yes. No. And those are the same, so we'll just keep them. It's a little bit of stuff to sell at least, and we can go back to Epic Tea to sell those items. Will keep us going for a bit longer. Also, I have leveled up in polearm. So plus 10% thrust damage with polearms, plus 30 polearm skill to infantry in the formation, or swing speed with polearms, swing speed for the infantry. I definitely want that swing speed. That basically is just 5% more damage. And then athletics, 4% more damage with melee weapons. Captain does the same. Combat movement when I have no shield and no ranged weapon. I'm going to take sprint this time. As much as the extra damage would be nice, I don't use shields and I don't use ranged weapons. And I didn't take the movement buff last time. Found some prisoners. Sell, sell, sell. Do you have softwood? You do not. It's very disappointing. Ah, we can go to Utherlane. They probably do. They do! Excellent! And this is really freaking cheap. So I think I'm going to buy it all. And then I'm going to head... Did I do my smithing in Epic Tea? No, let's go to Sionon. Because what I can do now is I can basically go to a couple of towns. I have the raw materials to just complete some of the orders. So if I enter the smithy, I then refine up some charcoal. I'm going to need to rest up, but that's okay, because I also need to rest. As long as I earn more money here than I spend, it's win-win. So, one-handed sword, difficulty of 44. We're actually not that far off from 62, and you're paying 83 ducats. No, let's do this one first. So you want more thrust speed and swing cut damage. Oh, but I can't affect the reach too much. Damage up. Which I can do with you. And then I'm going to need more crude iron and 4 wrought iron. Wow, that's kind of expensive. Too tired. Any companions? No, not yet. I have stuff I can smelt down for resources too. Must remember to do that. Which included my old spear, but it's an old spear, so it's fine. Right, so we wanted... Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make better thrust damage, unfortunately, not with this type of blade. So this is just as close as it's going to get. Satisfied. We made a balanced one, actually, so the other stats were so much higher that they don't care about the thrust. And I earned 500. Boom! Also, I just hit level 50. In which case, I will then take Steelmaker. Although... Curious Smelter, Curious Smith, and Experienced Smith are all amazing. I should probably hire someone else to be my metallurgist. You know what? Before I level things up, I'm going to go and get the charcoal skill. Because if I'm going to be smelting stuff, then yeah, I'm going to need the charcoal. It's an endurance skill. It's fine. 2 grand? Maybe when I have some more money. Smithy. So what's the next order? Right, it's the dagger. Which thankfully should be cheap. You want significantly more reach, which I can actually do. You want more cut damage. What am I lacking? Oh, you need steel. I can't make the more advanced resources. That's what the smithing thing is. This is why I need to recruit a smith who has this line. Alright, I think we need to go and just fight some stuff again. And we will... You know, I'm going to take that Curious Smelter skill now. And I'm just going to have to fight some people and melt their stuff down. Do this the old-fashioned way. Easy. So basically anything that requires steel I just can't do at the moment, which is fine. Let's see what you need. How can I help? You want a one-handed axe. Done. What? Oh, we fluffed that. Rusty. That's disappointing. Alright, then the next mission is a dagger again. Although this one only needs wrought iron, so that I can afford. You want more reach? Ah, that's the thing that needs steel. No, let's just forge that because you don't really care. I don't really care if I mess this up. What I'm really after is the smelting skill. And I will go ahead and get some more charcoal with the last of my stamina. You have a quest. What is your quest? Don't care. Special weapon order? Not yet. One day. $26 against 19. Maybe. 41. No. Even 30 against 19 is a bit iffy. $15 against 19 though I'm totally fine with. Are you faster than me?
Warriors, shields up! You heard that? Change formation! Close with them!
Oh, the boat battles, haven't I got there yet? In my other game, I've done a lot of boat battles and playing as a Nord. They're fun. I'm actually kind of impressed by how historical they feel. Like the longship battles, they will actually tie up against each other, and then, just as happened historically, where you just had these battlefields of just tied up longships, that happens. And it's really organic in how that works. What I'd like to see more of, not as a criticism, literally just because I haven't seen it yet, is the battles between different cultures. So I want to see how, like, Viking longships stand up against the Empire galleys, for example, where they've got ballistas and catapults and stuff. But if the Vikings survive that initial barrage and tie up and fight them in close combat, I suspect the Vikings would win. Oh. We did, but again I took a ton of damage. But we did capture 6 people. And we got some stuff to smelt down, which is very nice, very nice. Let's go into Pencanic. Did I just leave here? I feel like I just left here. 6 orders. You want a hoe? We'll be right back. Is it someone called Mordred Viking who has ordered this weapon? Because I have a feeling we know this person. And this matches all of the stats. We have the resources. Client is satisfied. Ah, we didn't do anything special. Yeah, this is the hoe that would go on to become the legendary hoe. I'm sure of it. Absolutely sure. Ah, didn't leave myself enough stamina. Wait here for a little while. There we go. I'll wait until I'm 20-30% yield and then we'll carry on. Is there anyone at the tavern? Oh, there is. We have a Battanian and an Aserai. The Battanian I'm fairly sure is one of the level 0s. The Aserai, I'm fairly sure, is not. Ransom the prisoners. Save. Return. Need to find some better armor. Yeah. I do kind of wish it was possible to craft armor. That would be nice.
Well now, stranger.
538. Trade. Oh, before I do that. You are indeed over leveled. So it's 500. So basically, if I sell you and you, that's your money back. No country for the afflicted. I will give you 100 ducats. Leave me alone. Attack the engineer. Off you go.
Captain.
Reset the Wanderer pool, and then we go to you. And Verag Heed the healer. We're in the Britannian territories. I do want someone who is a healer. So I think I'm still going to try to go by what their name is. You cost me 1,700. Okay, so I need to earn 500 more. I do actually have a couple of items I can sell. Though I doubt that's going to earn me 500. So weirder things have happened. Fish is very expensive here. Okay, I've earned myself the 500. Welcome to the team! And we got our first companions. Now the scary thing is they can die. So Verag the healer. 0 in everything. You are ready for training. Excellent. Can also get them to do charcoal making. This is true. Yeah, that's very true. Let's go down to the Vlandian territories. At this point, I really do just want to find some looters, maybe some sea dudes to fight. Sea raiders. Farakit's got a first skill point. It's in athletics. I see a bright future ahead for her. Iron Forest Bandits? I think we can handle that. All of those, though, I'm not sure about, but the 9, yes. Gotcha. Oh, you just want to give up? Okay. Your 2 olives. Okay. 11 mountain bandits? That one I'm not sure about. Considering how last time they completely schooled us. So, sell the olives to get the money back. I will ransom them. Juby the Restless is one of the high skill people. But I kind of suspect I don't have the money to actually do anything with you. So even if I wanted to get rid of you, I don't think I can. Those forest bandits, however, I will fight. With the 2 groups together, though, please separate. Oh no. I can't just leave. Now we have some help, so just thought to resolve. Success! I got 17% of the loot, which consisted of a cheese. That's a fight. Okay. Man, none of us even died. Disappointed! No loot. Come on! Oh, go ahead and recruit some troops from here. Although these are squires, which are actually better. Oh man, they cost 200. Never mind. I was going to say they're better than the Vigla, because you don't need to have a horse to upgrade them. But that's because they cost 200 just to start with. No escape for you.
Attack! You heard it! I'll cut you down!
Workshops work so nicely now, and caravans are great as well. I don't think the first 15 to 20 on either of those starts making on money with steamroll. I haven't tried caravans yet, but the workshops are definitely a heck of a lot better than they were. You win. More archers. Although I do need to be a little bit careful with the archers. Not better, not better, not better. Because I can't get such easy access to Vidla. Victor. Am I using any mods? I've got one mod, which means you can recruit level 1 companions, and there's no limit. It's actually a good point. I should check the limits. There you go. 1 of 99, but I'm not going to use 99. I've set myself a ground rule, which is the usual limits to companions, which I think at clan level 0 is 3, or it's either 3 or 4. I need to look that up. Is the number of companions I can have in my party. Then if I make any of those companions into governors, generals, ally gang leaders, anything like that, then they no longer count against my limit. So the only reason I'm using that part of the mod is because I'm sick and tired of having nobody in my party, because I have to use them all as generals and especially governors. But I think that balance is okay because I have to train them up before I can actually promote them to those roles now. I think that's a decent payoff. Because, again, they start at level 1. Yes, I can hire someone to immediately become a governor, but then they are a level 1 governor. Did we get help? We did not. There's only 6 of you. Send in the troops. And someone immediately dies. Dude! Rat, which you actually need. Tronad, what do you need? I mean, I could actually just hire some regular seed.
Yours is not a
30. That's fine. Do I have that? No. Yes, I could be recruiting just Flandian recruits, because I think at level 2 they start getting shields. And I'm not playing a one nation run. I can do whatever the hell I want. Should be looking for grain. You also want grain. Unfortunately, I can't do 2 of your missions at once. Head fund. I think that... Oh, I do not have a lot of money left. Let's go to Jacqueline first. There is a tournament going on, and I am at full health. Gang needs recruits. That one I can definitely help with. You want... 7. I can get you 3 now. Should sell these items, the flax. That keeps me solvent for a little bit longer. I can also smelt that axe. Should have given her the axe. That was a bit of a mistake, maybe. I will join the tournament, but I'm not going to try to win it. Get her to make charcoal. That is a good idea. I should do that. Ooh, hold on. Don't mind if I do. Well, that was easy. Ah! Ow. Okay. No. There's someone with a crown. Liana, whoever Liana is. Five points in athletics. Damn! As soon as I saw him couching, I was like, this is not a fight, I'm going to win. Well played, Morcon, well played. But it also means I didn't win the tournament, so I've just got the experience from it, which I am totally fine with. Though I did not level up. Well, hopefully this grain is cheap. Cheap, cheap. Charcoal, thank you. I'll do that when I go back, or else I'll go to Sargo. Etifurt. I would like to buy some grain. 11's not an amazing price. In fact, it's kind of a terrible price. I think I need to go further afield for this. Alright, Sargo, what do you got? Gang needs recruits. Well, I'm already working on that one. Kinda. Smithy. You. Refine. Charcoal. Do you have softwood? Don't even have hardwood. You do, it's just stupidly expensive. Inveth does grain. Those looters need chasing. Good, just us. We shall fight them! Yes, you can join the archers, though you do not have a bow, but that's fine.
Warrior! To me! Soldiers, follow me!
So I was kind of hoping I would control the top of this hill.
Warriors! Get moved! Warriors! Move!
Maybe?
Infantry! Heels forward!
Yeah. We got this. Hello, prisoners. Alright, what's Terry to actually attack? Yeah, please do. By all means. I took down 9! I took no damage. 10 polearm, 8 athletics. Okay, this weapon's starting to come into its own now. And we have 5, 6 people ready to join. That's not great. That's it. You're already using a pretty decent weapon. That's an upgrade. You do need farm rats. Okie dokie. Yeah, I do intend to get her a bow eventually. She's definitely going to be an archer. Right, I leveled up in athletics. Less charge damage taken by the team, or more damage bonus from speed while on foot. I think I'll take that one, please. Hard knock. Polearms that can knock down, ignore 25% of knockdown resistance, plus 3 hit points to infantry in the party. That's pretty good. Or movement speed with polearms. I'm going to go with hard knock. 3 extra hit points for all of my infantry is too strong to ignore. And I'm not building this guy up to be... Well, actually... Yeah, he is supposed to be mostly a pure fighter. Byproducts. Come on, grain. That's more like it. I will spend money on this. 64. Let's go to 350. Because I know there were 2 places that wanted grain. Chornad. Which is there. Then the place next door to it, I think, wanted grain as well. So hopefully we have 2 places where we can drop off some pretty cheap grain. Which will make up for the fact that we're extremely slow right now. Mostly because of the prisoners, actually. Alright, here's your grain. What did you give me in exchange? You didn't give me anything. I'm just giving you grain out of the goodness of my heart. Right, now I really need to get into town to sell this armor before the wage bill comes due. Thankfully we had some stuff to sell. And I will take over smelting roll. How many people are ready to join the army? 8, 9. How many did you want? 7. Perfect. Welcome to the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
My...
There you go. Now you paid me. And I am very much solvent once more. And I also got appointed to Charm. So self-promoter, renown from tournament wins, morale when defending, or virile, more likely to have children. I am playing with death on, so I'm going to be taking that one, because I will at some point need to get myself an heir. I also have a focus point to spend. I could max out polearm, smithing, or athletics at this point. Let's go with athletics. It's such a keystone skill. I could have done it into leadership, but the thing is, leadership you don't really need until you start leading armies. Oddball question, can I get a companion, declare them a vassal of my kingdom, then marry them? I think so. You can definitely make them a vassal. As long as you're the ruler. Now, where else wanted grain? Was it Alostan? Yes.
Aye.
30 bushels. Yeah, so you get nothing in return. Well, I guess you get renown, you get relations, although only one. Oh no, you get two with him. Okay. I now have 3 grand in the bank, so feeling a lot better financially now. And I'll be able to do another gang once recruits soonish. But anyway, I think that this is going to be a good spot to end this one. How goes the war? I'm still very small, so not really in wars. How does the war against bad personal finance? That's going a bit better. Anyway, yes, that's going to be it for me for now. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button, just like SpongeBob's. And I love Hugh. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. If you have really enjoyed this and you want to support the channel, then please do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. Softclad, thank you also for the follow of the channel. If you want to support the channel other ways, you can check out the Patreon. If you're currently watching on the UpTups, you can consider subscribing on the UpTups so you get notifications on live. Or you can also check out Twitch at twitch.tv/MordredViking. Or if you're on Twitch and want to see more UpTups, you can see that at youtube.com/MordredViking. I do have a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch, and it's always a pleasure to see some new faces there. So come join us, say hello, you'll be more than welcome. I will be back again tomorrow, because apparently I cannot get enough of this game. Starting again around 8 is what I usually try to do. Just double checking that is in fact what I have scheduled. Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday. Ah, yes, Victoria 3. So tomorrow is going to be Vicky 3, Iberian Twilight, which I have preview access on. And they have just done content for the Philippines. And having just done the Philippines on Hoi 4, I'm very curious to see what their take was, because I did talk to their content designer about how he was tackling the Philippines. And it was kind of interesting that there were a number of characters that both of our things had in common. People towards the end of the Victoria timeline and the beginning of the Hoi timeline. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So I hope you join me for that one. Then the next Bannerlord will be on the weekend. So Saturday, starting at 12 PM Central European time, we'll do some more of this. Either this one or the Nord game. Depends what I feel like doing at the time. But that's it for me. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.